A man accidentally killed his newborn son, and he couldn't bring himself to tell his wife. Just then, she came walking over, but in her distraction, she didn't notice the blood on the doorknob. As she opened the door and headed toward their son's room, the man quickly stopped her before she could see the body. He lied, saying he'd finally managed to get the baby to sleep and that they should let him rest. His wife believed him, even thinking he was finally stepping up as a father, and left reassured. Afterward, the man was consumed by endless guilt and regret over what he'd done. Just 3 hours earlier, the family had been browsing in a furniture store, and the source of this tragedy was an oddly shaped coffee table. The man loved it and wanted to buy it, but his wife strongly objected. She thought the bizarre glass design was ugly and dangerous, a safety hazard for their baby. His wife usually had the final say on everything in their home, but his wounded pride made him want to make a decision for once. So he insisted on buying the table. They got into a heated argument that made the baby cry. His wife stormed off in anger, giving him the chance to pay for the table. Once home, he eagerly started assembling it, only to discover the glass top wasn't stable. Checking the instructions, he realized they'd forgotten to include a screw. He immediately called the store, and the salesperson promised to deliver it within 4 hours. After hanging up, he carelessly leaned the glass panel against the table frame, setting the stage for the tragedy to come. His wife went grocery shopping alone to prepare dinner, leaving their child with the inexperienced father. The moment she left, the baby started crying. The new dad was at a complete loss, and danger crept in the moment he picked up his son. Trying to soothe the baby, he walked around the house carrying him. Eventually, he stopped at the new coffee table, excitedly showing it off to his son, but suddenly his grip slipped, and the baby fell hard onto the glass. The crying stopped instantly. The shattered glass was razor sharp, decapitating the child. The man couldn't believe what had just happened, while his unsuspecting wife was outside chatting with a friend she'd run into. She was bragging about what a good baby they had, and how considerate her husband had become, going on about how the father and son were at home enjoying some quality time together. The man carefully picked up his son and placed the lower half of his body in the crib. As he leaned in to kiss the child, he realized why the baby had been crying. He'd soiled his diaper. Clumsily, the man grabbed a fresh diaper and changed his son for the first and last time, as if this could somehow ease his crushing guilt. To hide what happened from his wife, he began cleaning the scene. But no matter how hard he scrubbed, he couldn't get the blood out of the carpet. His wife texted that she'd be home in 30 minutes. He went to the bathroom to wash the blood off himself and bandage his injured hand. After doing all this, he went to the balcony, ready to jump and end his life. Just then, his wife rang the doorbell and kept knocking. Perhaps lacking the courage to jump, he went to let her in. When his wife entered and saw the large bloodstain, she immediately knew something was wrong. He lied, saying he'd cut his hand on the glass while assembling the table, but she wasn't convinced. She headed to the nursery, gently opened the door, and quietly approached the crib.